Hey, welcome back to the second hour of today's live show, Tuesday, October 15th, 2013. Talking to Claudette from Indianapolis. Claudette, are you still with me? Come in, Claudette.
Yes, here.
Okay, very good. So, step number 1, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Step number 2, you got to give your body some nutrition to get on the other side of this and to support and promote your body's ability to fix itself to the degree that it is able to. So the recommendation would be 2 anti-aging healthy start packs, 2 anti-aging healthy start packs, and 4 bottles of selenium a month. If it's in the budget, I would also get 4 bottles of Fucoid Z. F like Frank, U, C like Charlie, O, I, D like David. F-U-C-O-I-D like David, Z like zebra. Fucoid Z, 4 bottles a month, 4 bottles of selenium, and 2 anti-aging healthy start packs a month. Plus, you must eliminate the 10 bad foods. And if you do those 2 things for 90 days, you should experience a noticeable and measurable positive change somewhere in your body-mind. And then, you know, we just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens, because there's nobody holding a gun to your head making you, have chemo or radiation or surgery, which is what the MDs are encouraging you to do.
Right.
So that's the long and the short of it. How'd you hear about us, Claudette?
Through Dalton Dale. He's a distributor, and I already have that link for good food, bad food.
Oh, good girl. All right. So, yeah, the 10 bad foods, stop eating them. And if you get back in touch with them, they'll tell you how to get the supplements at the wholesale price, and they'll also tell you how to take them. This is how we do it with teamwork, a group of people all around the country who have seen what we're up to, tried it for themselves, and now they help us to spread our message. And you can do the same thing if you'd like to. There's a way that you can get your supplements for free if you'd like to join our cause. So talk to the people who turned you on to this radio show if you feel so inclined about how to do that. But whatever you do, eliminate the 10 bad foods, start those nutritional supplements, and give me a call back right around week 6 with an update, because I'd like to keep track of how you're doing for the listening audience. Sound good?
Sounds great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Claudette, you're welcome. Thanks so much, and I appreciate the trust. Going from Indianapolis to Texas to talk to Sarah, who's calling in with an update. Hey, Sarah. Thanks for calling. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. So I got a couple things for you. One really amazing thing, we spoke a few months ago about hepatitis C and how to bring the viral count down. I had mentioned that my liver enzymes were normal since I started the longevity program. And so after being on selenium, 9 selenium a day for a month and a half, my viral count went down from 380,000 to 120,000.
So that's more than 50%.
Yeah. And I watched the progression go down as I got the blood work done repeatedly over the course of that time. So it's a huge improvement. And then my liver enzymes went to the very low end of the normal range, so they were even better.
You got to love that. Did the MDs that are, taking all this blood say anything to you about what was going on?
Not a whole lot. I had a gastroenterologist, again, try to get me to agree to the hepatitis B vaccinations, and I just told him I wasn't going to do it. There was no
and did they have any feedback at all? I mean, about the liver enzymes normalizing and the viral count getting cut in half? I mean, you would think that they would, right?
Not a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, I expected nothing. So.
Well, I know that you expect nothing. I get that, but right, because we're on the same page, you and I, and most of the people that listen to this radio show. But for the new people that come here, this is the way that it is, folks.
Yeah.
Your medical doctor doesn't know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in, and quite frankly, they're not interested. They don't give a damn in how you're doing or how you're feeling. All they want you to do is get on board with their programs. Now, look, this woman has hepatitis C, which is supposed to be incurable. Hepatitis C affects the liver, and when it affects the liver, there's something that your liver produces called liver enzymes, and when your liver is in trouble, the liver enzymes they flood the blood. That's how you know that the liver is in trouble, because the liver enzymes are elevated. And this always happens with hepatitis C. And also there's something called a viral count, which is blood work to determine the levels of the hepatitis C virus, more or less, in your body. And this is a deadly disease. It's supposed to be a deadly disease, and so Sarah from Texas gets on board with our program, and her liver enzymes normalize, which means her liver is functioning normally, and the viral load clips in half, 50%, both of which, by the way, are supposed to be impossible. The MDs see this with their own two eyes, and they say nothing. They say nothing, which means they do not give a damn about Sarah's health. They do not care, because if they cared, they'd be on the phone with me. Dr. Glidden, I've never seen such remarkable improvement in hepatitis C. How on earth did you normalize the liver function? How on earth? This woman's not even a patient of yours. She called up on a radio station. What is going on? What are you doing? How can we do it too? Still waiting for that phone call. It's never going to come. Hasn't come in 25 years, by the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to let me finish my rant, Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, fire your medical doctor now, because they don't give a crap. They just don't. They do not care about your health. And thank God that you found us, Sarah. How did you find us, by the way?
Through AJ's show.
Through whose show? Alex Jones? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Call, do me a favor. I'm trying to get back on Alex Jones, and he's very, very busy. Call up the radio station and say, hey, it's about time, Alex, you had Glidden back on, and see what he says. Because every time we go on the Alex Jones show, there's a lot of interest generated about longevity, because Alex has a gigantic listenership, and we'd like to keep showing up there and being regular guests. So if you could pull for us there, I'd appreciate it. Because listen, right, just think in the state of Texas how many people there are just like you who don't know anything at all about what we're doing and who desperately need to know about it. So if you feel like, taking up a social cause here and kind of taking it to the next level, then that would be one way that you could do it. Hey, Sarah, besides the update, you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I do need some help dialing in my protocol. I screwed up and ate some bad foods and have some health issues that returned, unrelated to hepatitis C.
So what did you eat and what happened after you ate it?
Gluten.
Yeah, well, how much? Well, was it pizza? Was it a bagel? I mean, how much? What did you do?
Yeah, just sparsely over a couple of months. It was some biscuits, a pizza,
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there, right?
Yeah, it added up really quick.
Yeah, what happened?
So I have a return of the constipation, skin inflammation, including blepharitis, and the one that really bothers me is hair loss.
Oh yeah, well that's very interesting that the hair loss should happen. That's very interesting.
And it happens when I take a shower or a bath. That's when I really see it coming.
Yeah.
So a couple things I've done is I cut the gluten out again. I stopped drinking coffee just in case it's adrenal, and I stopped doing sugar just in case it's yeast overgrowth. But I've only been straight on my diet for about a month, so I know it hasn't been a very long time, but I need some help.
How much do you weigh?
My stuff dialed in.
All right, how much do you weigh?
About 110.
Okay, and how many EFAs are you taking a day?
A lot, like 12. So I do 4, 4, and 4.
Okay, very good. And how many selenium do you take a day?
9. So I do 3, 3, and 3.
Okay, and the white liquid calcium, how much of that?
In the last couple of weeks, I bumped that up to 2 ounces at night. So I'll do one after another.
Yeah, great. And how about the Beyond Tangy? How much of that do you do?
2 scoops throughout the day.
Okay, so just do 3 scoops. do 3 scoops. That should be all that you need to do. You may also benefit from some root beer belly. Get a package of root beer belly and take one of those a day. You're only 110 pounds. That's all that you would need. 1 month's worth of root beer belly should repair the damage that the little excursion into Glutenville demonstrated in your body. One thing that you can do to promote healthy bowel movements is make sure you're drinking adequate amounts of water every day, right? Because one of the leading causes of constipation is dehydration, not enough water. So, I don't know, drink 8 more ounces of water a day. Drink 8 more ounces of water twice a day. And interestingly enough, I always chuckle to myself when I say it, but, eat an apple a day. Because the pectin fiber in the apple and the enzymes that are in the apple are almost a perfect stimulant to healthy bowel movements. It's a really, really good thing to add into your diet every day to support and promote normal and healthy bowel movements. Now, interestingly enough, coffee has a laxative action, right? So if you have a cup of coffee first thing in the morning with breakfast, often within 30 minutes of drinking the coffee, you'll be stimulated to have a bowel movement, and that's kind of a good way to get things moving again, kind of like priming the pump, right? So I would go back to coffee. I mean, were you having a negative reaction to it, or did you just stop it because you thought it might not be good for you?
I just stopped it in case it was some kind of adrenal issue. Just through my own research, I read that can cause inflammation in the skin, so I thought I'd cut it out for a couple of weeks. Haven't really seen any difference, but
I would not. That's kind of a long shot. I'm a big coffee fan, and there's only a few instances when we advise against coffee use. Of course, with coffee, like tea, like alcohol, right, it's how much? At 110 pounds a cup in the morning, that's going to be no problem for you. It should be no problem. Try it with honey and half and half. Honey and half and half. It's a really good combination, really soothing to your gut. Check it out. More water, an apple a day, and the root beer belly. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, encouraging you to become a Dr. Glidden insider, to become a Dr. Glidden subscriber, and to pick up the 7 DVD set that's on sale at the website right now. 7 DVDs that will substantially ease your ability to show people the light of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Remember, healing is easy, but talking to stupid people about it is difficult. So the less we say, the better it is, and the more we let the expert do the talking, the easier it is. So listen, I know a doctor that says, you don't have to suffer with that. If I lend you this DVD, will you listen to it? And, oh, you will? That's great. And when will you listen to it by? And, oh, by this Thursday, great. I'll call you up Thursday night to schedule a time when we can pick it up. And if you're interested, I can tell you more about what we're up to. Thank you so much. I got to go. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how we're going to change the world. Let's go to California and speak to Nadru. Hey, Nadru. Welcome back. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. Good afternoon. I was at church Sunday, and someone asked me, their niece is 4 years old, and she has sickle cell.
Oh, yeah. And so you just want to know what to do for that? That's it?
Yeah, but I want something that's good. I mean, I already told her mother she's going to have to stop. I gave her the good food, bad food list, but I want something. I was thinking maybe that I'm not an expert at this, but I was thinking, chocolate, the chocolate. I was thinking about some selenium. I was thinking about kids' toddy, something good. But I want your expertise.
Well, number one, it's medicine. Number 2, it's medicine. Number 3, it's medicine. So I don't care if it tastes like dinosaur poop. The kid needs to take it, and if the kid doesn't take it, you duct tape them to a chair until they take it. Well, you don't really duct tape them to a chair because that's probably illegal. But the fact of the matter is that it's the parent that has to call the shots, not the kids. And what happens I don't know how this happened, but it seems that the generation of children now, their parents are just too undisciplined. I mean, I can't imagine what would have happened at our dinner table if we didn't finish our dinner. Actually, I know exactly what would have happened at our dinner table had we not finished our dinner or, taken our medicine when it was time to take the medicine. So, really, I don't have a whole lot of empathy for parents who can't crack the whip and get the kids to take nutritional supplements. For goodness sake, this is sickle cell anemia. You know how freaking painful that is? It's unbelievably painful. Unbelievably painful. So, again, I don't care if it tastes like dinosaur poop or the kid thinks it tastes like dinosaur poop. They're going to take the nutritional supplements or, no Xbox, no iPad, no TV, no whatever.
Exactly.
That's basically the long and the short of it. Now, we've had a couple of really great testimonials. There's a fellow that used to call into the show all the time. I forget his name. And that's a bad one on me. I should remember his name because he would call us all the time with a report on his own experience of sickle cell anemia, which was remarkable. It was a remarkable improvement. So if our sickle cell test pilot is in the listening audience, please give us a call again so we can refresh our memory and bring to the audience a testimony about your experience with your body with medical nutrition. So basically what we do here in the Drew is we support and promote the bone marrow because that's where the red blood cells are made. So, and of course sickle cell is a breakdown in the structure of the red blood cell. So the recommendation would be 1 Healthy Start Pack, 2 bottles of selenium, 1 bottle of plant minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. That's 1 Healthy Start Pack, 2 selenium, 1 bottle of liquid plant minerals or plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 capsule of glucogel per 10 pounds of body weight per day. So if the kid's 90 pounds, they get 9 glucogel a day. You're going to have to figure out how many bottles a month to buy to get that, right? So 9 a day times 30 days, that's 270 glucogel, right? So whatever. You got to do the math. 1 capsule per 10 pounds of body weight per day. And then 1 extra bottle of the liquid calcium, all right? So that's the glucogel appropriate for body weight, the Healthy Start Pack, 1 Healthy Start, 2 selenium, and 1 plant minerals per 100 pounds of body weight, and 1 extra bottle of Beyond Osteo FX a month. Plus, the secret sauce, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Stop eating the 10 bad foods. Keep your fingers crossed and see what happens. And stay tuned in. Have the mother stay tuned in to this radio show because sooner or later we're going to get sickle cell testimonials, and that's how we roll. Stick around, folks. Coming back with more. 866-582-9933. That's the number to call, 866-582-9933 to talk to me live on today's program. If you're listening to the podcast and would like information from a living, breathing human being, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. We had a webinar last night, Monday evening. We had approximately 87 people from all over the world attending the webinar. We had people from Australia, people from the United Kingdom, people from Canada, people from the U.S. I don't think South Korea was with us last night, but it was a lot of fun, and there were just too many questions to get to 100%. So I'm going to go over some of the questions that we did not have time to get to last night right now, to just give the listening audience a sense of what the webinars are like and the type of questions that we get. It's just a lot of fun. PJ from Australia writes, I have a 60-year-old, 5'6" female, 140 pounds. She can't concentrate. She'll be in the middle of cooking a meal and just has no idea where she is or what she's doing. So, well, what do? That's a brain condition, right? It's a concentration condition. So the recommendation would be medical nutrition for the brain, right? Holistic medical nutrition for the entire person with extra central nervous system support. So the recommendation, 1 Healthy Brain and Heart Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and a diet that's high in cholesterol. Why high in cholesterol? Because Number one, there's no relationship between cholesterol and heart disease. Number two, 75% of your brain is made from cholesterol. So it's always a good idea when we're supporting brain function to eat a diet that's high in cholesterol. Dean, all right, so I got one more question here. Patricia from Colorado Springs says, how long does it take the essential fatty acids to oxidize, and how long do I have to take it? Well, that's a great question, because the essential fatty acids in the longevity nutritional line are squirted into the gelatin capsule in a nitrogen chamber, so that if any gas gets in, it's nitrogen, not oxygen. So it's completely unoxidized until it dissolves in your stomach. And, you know, there's nothing you can do to prevent oxidation all of the time, but there's a lot that you can do to knock down oxidation, and this is as good as it gets with the fish oils in the gelatin capsules. You don't need to worry about the oxidative stress from the longevity fish oils because they're enclosed in a capsule that has nitrogen added to it, and that's how we do it. One more question here. From Alicia in Wichita Falls. I have a person who's having a new onset of lightheadedness in the morning after they take their Beyond Tangy Tangerine. They've been taking it for a couple of months without issues, and now has this new issue. She also has high blood pressure that has not resolved after several months on the Healthy Start Pack. Well, the first thing to consider is the only time that medical nutrition doesn't work is if you're not taking enough of it or if your body isn't absorbing it. So this person needs to clean their diet up and get rid of the 10 bad foods and take more of the white liquid calcium, because even though you may be taking a dose appropriate for your body weight, you're probably not absorbing it, because for most of your life you've been hammering your intestinal tracts with all of the wrong food all of the time, and that's inhibited your intestinal tract's ability to absorb things. So even if you're being Johnny on the spot with, the 200-pound dose or whatever, you're probably only absorbing 30-40% of it because of the past destruction to the intestinal milieu, which takes months or years to fix. So first thing I would do is take more calcium. The second thing I would do is when they get lightheaded after the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, check your blood pressure immediately. When you feel lightheaded, check your blood pressure. I'm going to bet you 25 cents that the blood pressure is low. And I'm going to bet you that that's happening because the Beyond Tangy Tangerine nutritional supplement is making the blood pressure medicine work more effectively. So I bet you they just need to cut down the dose of the blood pressure medication in order to get on the other side of this. Jackie from Idaho says, has a 60-year-old man diagnosed with benign prostatic hypertrophy. That's when your prostate gland gets swollen. That's fancy schmancy doctor talk for swollen prostate. Got it 6 months ago and has been putting up with severe symptoms. They did a biopsy. Of course, they never do. The biopsy was negative. He's taking Flomax and Proscar, and they have helped, but the symptoms are coming back. He's scheduled to have the prostate reamed out on November 7th. Any recommendations? Yeah, I've got a recommendation. Fire your medical doctor. Because the reaming out of the prostate surgically. See, what happens is there's a little tube that goes from your bladder to the tip of your penis if you're a man, and to the urethra. It's called the urethra if you're a woman. It's called the urethra in both sexes, but it's where the urine comes out of the body, right? And that tube, if you're a man, passes directly through the middle of the prostate gland, right through the middle of it. And if the prostate gland becomes swollen, it will squeeze on that tube, disallowing urination, or it'll make urination very tricky. You know, it's like squeezing a straw, right? It's hard to get the water to flow through the straw, or the hose, the garden hose, if you're squeezing it, and if it's constricted. So what do the MDs do? Well, they go in and they ream out the tissue. They surgically remove the tissue on the surrounding the urethra where the urine comes through. Now, does the surgical removal of the inflamed, swollen tissue get to the root cause of what caused the tissue to become inflamed and swollen in the first place? No, It does not. Now, you know, it's better than dying from inability to urinate. I'm okay with that. Actually, what would be better would be a catheter. That's why they catheterize people sometimes. This is kind of an extreme procedure. I wouldn't recommend it. It's better to try to get to the root cause of what made the prostate get all swollen and funky in the first place, right? I mean, isn't that a better idea? Isn't it better to find the source of the mold rather than just paint over the mold? Well, yes, it is every time. But remember, the MDs don't give a crap about the quality of your life or the quality of your health. All they're going to do is what they've been trained to do, which is drugs and surgery, drugs and surgery, drugs and surgery, and then get out of the way so you can die. Remember the hepatitis patient that we talked to in Texas just a few minutes ago. She had remarkable resolution of all of her objective laboratory workings, and the doctors didn't give a crap. Can you imagine that? Dedicating your life to the medical art, and you see a remarkable recovery that's supposed to be impossible, and you don't question why? You don't call up the people that initiated that? You have no curiosity about that? These people are not to be, they're not to be respected, honestly. They're bad human beings. Bad dog, no biscuit. For goodness sake, ladies and gentlemen, fire your medical doctor. They do not deserve your edification. So what do we do to support and promote the structure and function of the prostate gland? Well, selenium, and then more selenium, and then on top of that we add some selenium and an herbal complex called ProstFX, P-R-O-S-T like Thomas, F-X. That's FX instead of RX, get it? That's where we got that term, FX instead of RX, ProstFX, ProstFix, right? So the recommendation would be the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack, because the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack has stuff in it that helps the body to knock down inflammation wherever that inflammation may be. And selenium, because the prostate loves selenium, just like the liver loves selenium. The recommendation here being 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of ProstFX per 50 pounds of body weight per month, plus, lastly, you know what I'm going to say, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Because the 10 bad foods have one thing all in common: they create inflammation. Now, they also do a lot of other things. Some of the 10 bad foods cause cancer. Some of the 10 bad foods destroy intestinal tissue. But all of the 10 bad foods create inflammation somewhere in the body, or increase the body's inflammatory index. So whenever we're dealing with any type of an inflammation anywhere in the body, which prostatitis is, right? Itis is Latin for inflammation. Whenever we're dealing with any inflammation, we need to stop eating foods that encourage inflammation. If you don't do that, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire in your backyard and expecting it to go out. Well, it's not gonna. It's gonna get worse. So eliminate the 10 bad foods. Do the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack and selenium and the ProstFX, appropriate for body weight. And this is much, much better to do than the surgical procedure, for goodness sake. Sherry. Sherry calls us from a full house meeting. I guess that meant that she had a lot of people over at her house. I have Bill here, and he would like to know what I recommend for treating macular degeneration in his 83-year-old mother. She's 150 pounds. He has a lot of knee pain, also bone on bone. So remember, we don't treat disease. It's kind of easy to lapse into loose language, but we don't treat disease because really disease doesn't exist. What do exist are complex sets of symptoms existing in living, breathing human beings. So rather than treat disease, we give people nutrition that their body can use to optimize its function. From our point of view, macular degeneration is caused by inflammation and oxidative damage to the retina, which is the back of the eye. And where the optic nerve joins the back of the eye, that's called the macula. The macula is the part of the anatomy of the eye where the optic nerve that comes from the brain sticks to the back of the eye. It's called the macula. And as oxidative stress increases its destructiveness on the body, one of the things that happens is the macula becomes compromised and compromised and compromised, and then you can't see anything. So we believe the root cause of macular degeneration is oxidative damage, in this case to the eye. So we want to provide antioxidant support to the body. That's just prudent and makes sense. Selenium encourages the recycling of the body's own antioxidant glutathione. So one of the recommendations here is 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month. The next recommendation would be 1 anti-aging Healthy Start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. That's the Healthy Start 2.0. Because in 2 servings of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 Peach Infusion, which is part of the Healthy Pack 2.0, there's 8,000 antioxidant points, and in 1 capsule of the Cell Shield RTQ, which is another component of the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack, there's 8,000 ORAC of antioxidants. And the last thing to do here, guess what? Oh, woe is me, would be the Triple Treat chocolate. 4 boxes of Triple Treat chocolate a month. Oh, bummer. Triple Treat chocolate, 1 piece, gives about 17,000 ORAC per piece. This is a great thing. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Take the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight. 4 boxes of chocolate a month. And then to support the bone-on-bones, arthritic stuff, glucogel. And you should know how to dose that by now. 1 cap per 10 pounds of body weight per day. That is a good recipe for success. Stick around, folks. Coming back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, closing out today's show. Tuesday, October 15th, 2013, halfway through October already. How did that happen? Well, you know what Groucho says. Time flies like a banana, and fruit flies like a... Time flies like an arrow. I must be tired. Time flies like an arrow, and fruit flies like a banana. That's better. A couple more questions from last night's webinar. There's a lot of chat in the room last night about the product Renew IQ and what's up with that, because that's something that I don't talk about all of the time. I only talk about it randomly. Well, there's a couple reasons why I don't talk about it. One, it was formulated by an MD. And every once in a while, there's an MD that comes along that gets a clue. And this guy's from Harvard. He's a Harvard MD, and he formulated this product. It's called Renew IQ. Renew IQ, it's a powerful antioxidant-rich beverage supplement that has vitamin D in it, D like David, and a bunch of adaptogenic herbs. It has a bunch of adaptogenic herbs which help the body to do different things. In this case, it's been clinically verified to support IQ function, to support IQ function. Drinking the Renew IQ a day will nutritionally support your brain so you can be sharper, mentally alert, and more focused. Benefits include increased memory and learning ability, focus, concentration, and mental alertness. And it also upregulates your immune and heart systems, your immune and your cardiovascular function. It's a really good product to use. It has a peculiar taste because it has the herbs in it. Some of the herbs, one of the herbs is a mushroom extract, I believe. There's grape skin extract in there. There's rhodiola root. And there's Bacopa moniera leaf extract. That's a very interesting herb to talk about. And Polygonum cuspidiatum root extract, which is where we get the resveratrol from. It has a somewhat bitter, grapey taste to it. It's a peculiar taste. It doesn't even taste like medicine. It tastes like, I don't know if you've ever been to a traditional Chinese medical person, and, you know, they give you this recipe for a tea that you have to make, and so you go to Chinatown and you go to the Chinese apothecary and you get a fish head and a bunch of these herbs and a bunch of these roots, and then you get a snake skin, and I'm not kidding. And then you put it all in a teapot and you bring it up to a boil and you let it steep for 2 hours, then you pour it off, and you're supposed to drink from that every day. It's nasty stuff, taste-wise, but it produces interesting effects on the human body. Well, this Renew IQ is similar. If you can get around the taste, it's a really good supplement to experiment with for 90 days. It's a really good supplement to experiment with for 90 days because who is going to not want to have better brain function? I mean, who is going to argue against that? Now, one of the things that I've found helpful to get around the taste is mix it with water. Mix it up with water. Shake it. Don't stir it. Shake it. Actually, a little bit of warm water, not hot water, warm water, I think makes it dissolve better and more efficiently. And then if you put it in grape juice, put it in some grape juice. Get a bottle of organic grape juice, organic unfiltered grape juice. And, you know, do 4 ounces of grape juice and 4 ounces of the Renew IQ in water. That really takes the edge off of the taste. But, you know, I mean, every taste is a very individual thing. One man's ceiling is another woman's floor, right? So whatever you can do to make the supplement taste better for you is a good idea. Make a popsicle out of it, right? Why not? Freeze it. Make a popsicle out of it. Put a little honey in there. Put a little cinnamon there. Do whatever you can to make that stuff palatable, or any of the longevity supplements palatable, by the way. Most of the 2.0 iterations of the nutritional supplements in the longevity line taste great. And there's nothing that you need to do to get around the taste factor, because as we go down the track, we make it better and easier for everybody to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please visit the website, become a Dr. Glidden Insider, become a longevity member, join Team Glidden. Let us show you the way to bring our message of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition to everybody in your life, because they need it. Dr. Peter Glidden wishing you a long and healthy life. See you next time.